So one of the questions that's asked a lot is, what's the difference between the Vorne web interface, OEE Alert, and OEE Studio? And the best way to answer that is to sort of step back, look at the system again as a whole. Each one of our plants has these Vorne units that are attached to each line. Those units are collecting data off that line, and they're sending it once a minute to a centralized server. And the server's taking that information and it's putting it all into a database. Now, there's two ways to get to that information. We can either use OEE Alert to reach out and get it, and OEE Alert is web-based. That software actually resides on the server. You go to a web page and you load OEE Alert and you put in the parameters you want, and it will graphically show you that information. I think everyone's familiar with that particular website, the way it looks. Most of us have it saved now to our bookmarks bar, easy to get to. This is more for real-time information, shows you how your lines are running either real-time in the last 24, 48 hours. You can go back and look at more further back than that, but it's really more just for how are you doing now, or how are you doing this week, or just in a relatively short period of time. It also can be used to set up alerts that will let you know if certain parameters have been made on a line, whether it's been down, if a downtime reason occurred that you want to be made aware of, and it can send you a text or it can send you an email. And then you also can go in and change downtime reasons pretty easy using OEE Alert. So OEE Alert, web-based, kind of real-time. It's the kind of stuff that you may want to use this to display on a big TV in your plant, or if you're just going to go in and peek and see how your plant or a specific region's running or ran yesterday. So the second way to get to that data that's out there on the server is using OEE Studio. Now, OEE Studio is software-based. It's on your PC. You have to make a request through our web portal, and we'll have GBIS download the software onto your computer. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. OEE Studio is designed more for creating reports. And it gives you a whole bunch of ways of looking at things, either through tabbed reports or through graphs. When you first open it up, you get this really nice dashboard. You can set this up to look at any period of time and any group of machines, whether it's a region, specific plant. And then it's nice because as you create reports, you can save them to a favorites folder, and you can go back. Here is like the current losses for Lebanon. And we have to apply that. And it shows that in this period of time from October 19th to the 25th, we've had 50 occurrences. And you're not able to see the bottom of this because the way we've got this set up. But it'll tell you what these occurrences were for, what made up each one of these. And then a lot of the information too is available in a tabbed format. This is a nice one. We've run this one for the 23rd through the 24th. Apply that. And this one will tell us, like for plant 1010, each line. Here's line 1, the hammer line. And for this shift, it ran 8 hours, 19 minutes. It was down for 45 minutes because of startup shutdown. It gives you the downtime reasons in descending order. Another great report. This is just 2 out of a lot of different reports that are available through OEE Studio. So the only time that you actually want to go in and use the web portal that ties directly with your Vorne unit is if you want to adjust the schedule. You can also use it to look at the total production timeline for just that line, but you're only going to get just that line. You can't see an aggregate of like all of the lines in your plant or all of the lines in a region. So, and that's you access that by going into either the Northeast or the Midwest link, which will show you all of the lines in that region. If you want to access one particular line, you click on it. We'll take a look at line 4 and say we want to adjust the schedule on line 4. This is the only way to change the schedule on a line, is to go into that particular Vorne unit and change the schedule by first logging in and clicking administer and then changing the schedule. But that's really the only reason that you want to go into a specific Vorne unit. You can go in and use the analyze and look at the total production timeline. That gives you a pretty good feel, but you can get to this information also using OEE alert, which will show you more than just one. The one thing you do get when you use the total production timeline on the specific Vorne unit is you get a pretty nice breakdown of the downtime that occurred on that line. But that's really the difference. You've got the Vorne units that you can access by going either to the Northeast or the Midwest and then drilling down to get to each specific one, and you use that primarily just to change the schedule. You've got OEE alert, which reaches out and it gets all that data out of the server's database, and it presents it in the graphical line graphs or bar graphs, horizontal bar graphs. And then you've got OEE Studio, which gives you the reports that can be printed off or saved in PDFs, and they're much more granular, give you a lot of ways of looking at things.